Scene script. Have you ever pondered the idea of conservatism? What does it mean to be a conservative? Well, to unravel this intriguing concept, let's dive into the realm of political philosophy. Conservatism is more than just a political stance, it's a philosophy of life. It's a compass that guides the political, economic, and social actions of certain individuals or groups. It's like a thread that weaves the fabric of their beliefs, decisions, and actions. Conservatism is closely knit with traditional values. Picture it as a sturdy tree, deeply rooted in the soil of tradition. These roots not only provide stability but also nourish the tree with time-tested wisdom and practices. Just like this tree, conservatism draws its strength from these age-old values, making it resilient in the face of change. But here's the catch. Conservatism isn't an opponent of change. Instead, it opposes radical or violent shifts. It's like a ship sailing in a stormy sea. It doesn't resist the waves, but it doesn't let them capsize the vessel either. It navigates carefully, maintaining balance, ensuring safety while still moving forward. Conservatism is also an advocate for the permanence of institutions that have borne good fruits over time. Imagine a well-oiled machine, running smoothly for years. Why fix something that isn't broken, right? That's the conservative perspective. Institutions that have proven their worth, that have contributed positively to society, deserve to be preserved. They are seen as pillars of stability and continuity, be it the family, the church, or the local community, along with their customs and practices. So you see, conservatism is not about resisting progress or clinging to the past. It's about preserving what's valuable, adapting what's necessary, and discarding what's harmful. It's about finding that perfect balance between tradition and progress, stability and change, the old and the new. It's intriguing, isn't it? How a philosophy can shape so much of our world. So, what does conservatism look like in our daily lives? Well, let's explore that together. Imagine you're at a family dinner. It's a tradition that's been going on for years, maybe even generations. The dishes served are family recipes, passed down from your grandparents or even your great-grandparents. The conversation flows from old memories to the events of the day, always with a touch of cherished familial humor. This family dinner, with its customs and traditions, is an everyday example of conservatism. Conservatism is about preserving these kinds of traditions out of a belief that they hold value. They've stood the test of time. They've been proven to create a sense of belonging, identity, and continuity. They provide a link to our past and a path to our future. Now think about your local community. Perhaps there's a yearly fair or festival, a local theater group, or a farmer's market that's been around for decades. These events and institutions are part of the fabric of your community. They bring people together, foster a sense of belonging, and contribute to the unique character of your locale. Preserving these traditions, these community institutions, is another example of conservatism in action. And then there's the church. Regardless of your personal beliefs or religious affiliation, it's hard to deny the role of the church as a traditional institution. For centuries, it has provided a moral compass, a sense of community, and a place for contemplation and celebration. Its rituals and teachings, preserved and passed down through generations, are yet another manifestation of conservatism. But conservatism is not just about preserving things as they are. It's also about adapting traditions to the changing times, while maintaining their core essence. It's about recognizing that change is a part of life, but that there are things worth holding on to, things that have proven their worth over time. Take the family dinner as an example again. Perhaps the menu has changed over the years to accommodate dietary preferences or health concerns. Maybe new traditions have been added, like a game night after dinner or sharing a special dessert on birthdays. These changes don't undermine the tradition, they enhance it and ensure its relevance and continuity. The same goes for the community fair or the church services. They evolve to meet the needs and interests of their community, but their underlying purpose and values remain the same. They are conservative in that they preserve the core, the essence, while adapting to the changing circumstances. So in essence, conservatism is about preserving the tried and true, about valuing the things that have stood the test of time. It's about recognizing that while change is inevitable and often necessary, there are aspects of our lives, our traditions, and our institutions that are worth holding on to, that give us a sense of continuity and identity. And these are found in the everyday examples around us, from the family dinner table to the local community fair to the Sunday church service. So, in essence, conservatism is about preserving the tried and true, about valuing the things that have stood the test of time. Now, you may be wondering, why is conservatism important? Well, let's delve into that. In a world where change is constant and often rapid, conservatism offers a sense of stability and continuity. It's like a strong tree with deep roots, standing firm amid the swirling winds of change. Conservatism is grounded in the belief that society's traditional institutions and values have stood the test of time, and therefore, should be preserved. This includes institutions like the family, the church, and the local community, as well as their customs and traditions. Imagine a society as a ship sailing in the vast ocean of history. The ship needs a compass to guide its path, and conservatism provides that compass. It reminds society of its origins and traditions, helping it to avoid becoming lost in the sea of change and uncertainty. But like all philosophies, conservatism has its critics. Some argue that it can be resistant to progress, holding on to outdated ideas and practices that no longer serve society's needs. Critics may point to issues like gender equality, racial justice, and climate change, arguing that a conservative approach can sometimes impede necessary social and environmental reforms. However, it's important to remember that conservatism isn't about resisting all change. On the contrary, it's about ensuring that change is gradual and thoughtful, preserving what works well while cautiously adapting to new circumstances. It's about maintaining a balance between tradition and progress, stability and change. Whether you're a staunch conservative or a progressive reformer, it's clear that conservatism plays a key role in our societal debates. It challenges us to consider the value of our traditions and institutions, and to think carefully about the pace and nature of change. So, while conservatism may not provide all the answers, it certainly provokes important questions that encourage us to reflect on where we've come from and where we're going. It anchors us in our history, while nudging us to cautiously navigate the seas of change. Whether you agree with it or not, conservatism plays a vital role in our society. To sum it all up, conservatism is a philosophy of life that guides the political, economic, and social actions of certain individuals or groups. It's deeply intertwined with traditional values and stands in opposition to radical or violent changes. Instead, conservatism advocates for the preservation of institutions that have yielded excellent results over time, as the Cambridge-educated philosopher Roger Scruton asserts. Let's revisit some of the key points we've discussed. Conservatism is not just a global phenomenon, it's also a part of our everyday lives. Whether it's the family values we uphold, the local community traditions we follow, or the respect we show for long-established institutions like the church, conservatism is evident all around us. Conservatism's relevance in our society cannot be overlooked. It provides a counterpoint to rapid change, offering a sense of stability and continuity. It's a philosophy that encourages us to value and preserve what has been proven to work well over time. This doesn't mean that conservatives are against progress, but they prefer that changes are implemented gradually, with careful consideration for the potential consequences. Remember, conservatism isn't just about resisting change for the sake of tradition. It's about preserving the best parts of our past to ensure a stable and prosperous future. It's about understanding that while change is inevitable, we must approach it with caution and respect for the time-tested institutions and values that have served us well. And don't forget, conservatism isn't confined to politics. It's reflected in various facets of our lives, from our personal decisions to our communal actions. It's a guiding philosophy that emphasizes the importance of tradition, stability, and gradual change. So the next time you hear the term conservative, remember, it's more than just a political label. It's a philosophy that guides many aspects of our lives.